Where to start? What goes in a vlog? Should you write it first or just ramble and see what happens? How do those vloggers just talk and talk at the camera when I can only manage a few seconds before forgetting what I was talking about? In this vlog, I'm going to show you the steps to follow in order to turn out a really polished vlog right from your first few attempts. The aim of vlogging is to retain interest beyond any single video. No one can understand everything about a subject area from one video. So much of the task is around structuring what you're going to talk about and then delivering only that information. That kind of answers the first question. It should not just be a ramble. For this vlog, my plan was simple. Have a look at what others were doing well so as to not just cover what's already out there for you to find easily on YouTube or any other platform, and cover that as quickly and clearly as possible, and then add something new to the mix. This is a really good rule of thumb. So, number one is research. For any vlogging, your first port of call should be to find out what has already been put out there on your particular subject title. Then dive in watching and reading around till you have a good impression of what audiences are finding popular. This should confirm your suspicions about the subject, but give you even more confidence if there are plenty of people talking about it with similar information. Number two, writing a script. No one mentions this. There are a lot of YouTubers, mostly American, that have mastered the art of scriptless presenting. They may write down some bullet points and then jump cut their way through them. This is of course fine, but you'll have more than enough to think about without then worrying whether you've repeated the same information 5 times. So presuming you're not getting a teleprompter just yet, plan to at least write down the talking points within a set structure that I give you here. You might want to write these down because you're not going to hear the structure that's talked about often, which is beginning, middle, and end. I think it's a bit of a cop-out. Yes, it's still the basics to any movie premise, but it's almost meaningless without context. Here's our way of building a vlog. The pivot is the first thing that happens. Hook your audience with the most interesting bit of information in your arsenal. It is possible to work this out in the edit, but getting into the habit of scripting this right from the start is even better. You don't have to think of this immediately though, just know that you will need one eventually. Develop a presenting style. This isn't inventing a new you, but rather a version of you that is frankly a bit more interesting than the day-to-day you. The day-to-day you probably rambles, doesn't get to the point, forgets words, loses train of thought, and something else I've forgotten. Anyway, get your script out and practice a favorite bit over and over. Record a different version where you try the same information delivered with varying levels of enthusiasm and projection. It's a fun thing to do, and remember, unless you publish it, no one will ever see this experimentation. If you're not sure where to start with this, use our panto mode technique where you pretend to be presenting to kids in a pantomime. Kids won't accept anything less than complete commitment from the stage, so it's a great technique to get you out of your box and presenting completely over the top. Do at least one ridiculous panto mode and then watch it back. You will likely discover that a panto mode take is much less cringy than you thought. Hey, it may even look like you wanted to be on camera. Next, shoot for the edit. Editing can get really complicated real fast. For the beginner, you're probably best to have your script on a side table on your laptop or tablet out of shot and just refer to it to get the gist of the shoot from bullet points or chunks of information. Give yourself achievable bits of information to present and work your way through the script till you've done it all. Then edit out all the stumbles and tangents that didn't work. This is the most common approach, and you can tell a vlogger who is doing this from the jump cuts throughout the video. It's a good way to jumpstart the process of vlogging, but I recommend you progress to something more polished as fast as you can. What you really want is to only capture the exact bits of commentary that you want and nothing else, so that the edit is simpler, and that means writing exactly as you expect to talk on camera, presenting exactly those words. Better still, use a teleprompter and save you from remembering lines. You can still chunk the information so there's no need for the pressure of the single long take, but the more you do this with deliberately presented chunks that are pre-scripted and presented, the faster and more polished the edit will be. Next, get some dedicated equipment. This is a bit of a how long is a piece of string statement. I don't want you to get bogged down in the choices of camera and mic just now. It may be simply a question of staying with your phone camera while you're just trying this out, but as you do more, you'll want to shoot quickly and always have a consistent look. At the very least, make sure that your A-roll, the bit of talking to camera that holds all storytelling aspects, is shot either locked off on a tripod, or if you're moving about, that you're using a camera that has a built-in stabilizer, because shaky footage won't cut it. Now, get out there and start vlogging with whatever you've got, because theory will only take you so far. Make a start, review it, ask for feedback on how you can improve from people who care about video as much as you do, and keep going.